Hi, welcome. It's nice to see you all again. It's nice to be back teaching. So we're going to work through the next 45 minutes of just doing a nice, easy flow to start. So just to break you back into my classes. And then hopefully every week we can sort of delve a little bit deeper. Okay, so we're going to start off in child's pose. So just come down onto your knees. Extend your hands forward to the top of the mat, and just see if your bottom will rest onto your heels. If you're not quite there yet, just start to maybe wiggle, bring a bit of movement into it so you ease into the movement a little bit easier, okay? So if you are able to, you can just drop your forehead onto the mat. And then what I want you to do with your arms is to soften your arms. So your shoulders just open, create space between the neck and the shoulder, and the forehead just rests down onto the mat. So stay there for me, okay? I'm just focusing on whatever part of the body needs attention today, okay? So if your mind is busy, just try and calm your mind and soften your breath. If you're feeling some aches or niggles within the body, within the muscular structure of the body, just focus on that for me now for the next few minutes, okay? Just focusing on how it feels. Is it tight? Is there a little bit of a pain there? And just working with this. So starting off with the breath, start to think about breathing in through your nose, just to open up the airways and relax the muscles. So inhale through your nose. And then just exhale out through your nose. Perfect, good. So we'll do that a few more times. Inhale, breath in. Feel your chest open and expand as you inhale. And now exhale through the nose. Feel your chest relax, soften, and deflate. So those lungs are deflating. Carry on with that breath. So inhale through the nose. Hopefully with each breath in and out, as you exhale, the body should start to feel a little bit more comfortable in that child's pose, okay? So just feeling how that child's pose is today. Does it feel different to how it did yesterday or the last time that you practiced? Perfect. So just switching on, just to the body, to your mat. Just try not to distract yourself. Keep your attention on yourself, on your breath, and on your practice. Good. So just keep that going. Fingers are just naturally relaxed now. Shoulders are dropping further with each breath out. And maybe you start to find that your body is sinking into that posture, into your hips a little bit more. Follow the breath. Maybe your breath now will start to come a little bit longer. So think about the inhale. Does the inhale come longer each time that you practice it? Just find a little peace and quiet for me in this posture. Just working with the breath. Just a few more breaths now. And then slowly just make your way up onto your knees and onto your hands. Draw the knees underneath of your hips and the hands underneath of your shoulder. Bring a slight bend into the elbow. So the elbow sort of point out towards the sides. This means your body is relaxed and is ready for some movement, okay? So we're not locking out or tensing through the upper body. So the neck is going to be nice and long. You're going to raise the chest, look forward, look up, and then from the crown of the head, just draw it as far forward to the top of the back as you can. Toes are grounded, so the toes are pointing back, and the feet are just into the mat. Just a light bit of pressure pushing down onto the mat. With the next breath in, you're going to inhale, drop the belly, roll the shoulders back, and look up. Big breath in here. And now as you exhale, push the mat away, draw your knees and your hands. Well, imagine you're drawing your hands and your knees together and push through the feet, push through the knees, chin to chest, and just hang the neck here. Inhale, breath in. Raise the chest, open it up, let the chin lead the way, drop the belly, and lift the tailbone. As you exhale, push into your spine, chin to chest, belly sucks into that vertebrae, shoulders are opening, and then one more round. So inhale, lift the head, lift the tailbone, and now as you exhale, push the mat away, push, push, push. Still a slight bend in the elbow, try not to lock the arms out. And then exhale, release. Perfect. So make sure you're in the center of your mat. Move yourself if you're not. I want you to extend the right toes to the back of the mat. Keep the toes down onto the mat. I just want you to move forward and back. So what we're doing here is we're warming up the wrists, the forearms, as well as that right leg. So you're going to use that heel to push back to stretch out the calf. And then you're just going to bring it forward. Just nice and slow. Head is just in line with your spine. Your gaze is down. Perfect. With the right leg, pick it up. Take it over towards the left side of your mat. And then gaze over your left shoulder. So feeling a squeeze here between the hip and the left rib, and feeling an opening from the right hip to the right rib. Gaze back. The further you gaze back and squeeze into this kidney space here, the deeper the stretch will be. See how far you can take it and continue that breath. So inhale and exhale, maybe start to think about going a little bit deeper into the waist. Okay, the gaze is just back. And then pick this leg back up, hover the leg and hover it so that your hips are straight here. Okay, so the heel is pushing away, the foot is flexed, and you're going to find some stability. So zip up the front of the body. So you've got good contraction in the abdomens and everything is switched on from the core. Take your left hand out to the front of the mat so your thumb faces up. Try not to hunch, but just drop the shoulder and feel relaxed posture within the upper left shoulder. So just hold it here for me. We're not going anywhere yet. There's a nice slight bend in the right elbow, and that hand should be directly underneath your shoulder. So with your next breath in, draw the knee into your nose or maybe into your elbow if that's too far. And now exhale, lengthen, push away. Come back so the hips are square. Try not to lift up too high so the body shifts over to one side. Inhale, breath in, knee to nose. And now exhale, push it away. Keep that resistance in your body. Perfect. One more time. So breathe in, knee to nose. And now exhale, push it away. Nice opening for the body now from the front part of the body and the hips, the belly and the chest. You're going to hook the hand around the back foot. So it's the left hand that hooks onto the right foot. If you're struggling to get hold of it, drop the knee for me first. Look behind, hook onto the foot or the ankle. And then once you've got that grip, switch on your abs and look forward to the top of the mat and push the foot against the hand. So if you're working hard here, you may feel that the body is shaking a little bit, and that's fine. See if you can push a little bit higher and possibly. If that height isn't there, just push the foot into the hand. So you create resistance, and that will open up the front of the body. And then release. Take your hand down, take your knee down, open up the knees. So knees are now wider than your hips, and you're just going to push back into a child's pose. We're not going to stay here. We're just going to drop down for a little second. And then roll back up onto your hands, onto your knees. Your knees remain wide. Your toes are touching. You're going to take a circle. So we're going to circle over to the right shoulder, right foot, left shoulder. Okay, so we're going to just take a circle. Not a square. You're finding a little bit of lateral and forward movements as you move from joint to joint, okay? So just finding full range of movement, big circles. You may find that your body is clicking if there's a anything like mine. And then we're going to switch the direction. So just moving it now around, opposite direction. You use your breath. Just let the breath be easy today. And move and breathe together. That's all we're trying to aim for, okay? Try not to complicate it. Bring your body back to center. Pop your knees back underneath your hips. Hands back underneath your shoulders. They might have slipped away, okay? So let's take the opposite hand and foot now, okay? So we've done the right side, so now we're going to take the left hand and the right leg. No, we're not. We're going to take the left foot and the right leg. Perfect. So we're going to bring your knee into your nose. Exhale, push it away. Breath in, inhale, knee into your nose. Exhale and push it away. Flex the foot tips a square, draw in. And then push it away. Find one final time. Keeping those hips square. Draw in. See how much you can round through your spine this time. And now exhale, lengthen it away. Breathe into it. Roll the right shoulder back, gaze forward, hips square, push the heel away. And then taking the hand back towards the foot. Placing the knee down if you need to first, like I said, first of in the first round. And then pick the foot up, gaze forward, find resistance and an opening through that front body. Keep breathing, keep that slight little bit of pressure between the hand and the foot. And then release your hand, release your foot. Take that left foot now over to the right side or off the right side of the mat. So we're going to open the other side of the body. So we're going to squeeze into the right hip and the right rib and gaze behind you towards that foot. So look over your right shoulder. Feel the left side of the body now opening up. Find a few more breaths. And now bring it back to the center. So the knee comes back underneath your hip. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Just walk your fingers slightly further forward. Shift the shoulders over the hands. Tuck your toes under and then push those hips and knees away. So your body's in plank. So zip up the front of the body again. Open up the shoulders. Push into your shoulders. So the upper body is slightly rounded. And then there's a tuck of your tailbone, okay? So your body's not in this position. Your body is strong. You push into your heels. So just stay here for a little bit longer. Find two more breaths, okay? So just 2 more breaths. Continue to push. Elbows are soft. Heels are pushing away. And the hips are tilted forward towards the mat. Lower your knees. Release your toes. So we're going to chaturanga to the floor. Drop the elbows, brush the elbows past your waist, come all the way down onto your mat. Wiggle your hips into the floor. Hands towards the shoulders, shoulder heads roll back, elbows point back, and inhale, lift cobra. So lifting, so the belly button stays down onto the mat. We're not lifting too high to start. Now exhale and release the chest to the floor. Inhale, 3 more rounds. Roll shoulders, lift head, draw chest up, drop shoulders, chin is forward. As you exhale, lower it down slowly. 2 more. So inhale, work with the breath, push, press away from the mat. We don't need to go higher. We stay at the same level. And now exhale, release. 1 more time. So inhale, draw shoulders, lift chest, chin looks forward. Gaze is towards the front of your mat or beyond that. And now exhale, lower the chest to the floor. Keep your hands to the mat next to your shoulders. Think about pushing the body against the mat, sliding it all the way back, keeping close contact, and come into your child's pose. Find an exhalation, shake it out, roll your shoulders. Fantastic. Come back up onto all fours. Perfect. Hands reach slightly further forward, shoulders over fingertips, toes tuck under, come into your plank. Okay, so we're going to lower down, knees to the floor, or if you want to now, drop into your full chaturanga. So the body lowers down as one. Inhale, cobra, so hands to shoulders, just one lift this time. Breathe in, and now exhale, lower the chest to the mat. Tuck your toes under, push your chest away, knees are still on the floor, and then you pick the knees up and you come into your first half down dog of the day. Shake your head from side to side. There's a bend in your knees, and your gaze is back towards your belly button or inside your thighs. So think here about pushing the mats, hands into the mat nice and solid, fingers are spread and open. And now start to pat the heels down into the mat one by one. Raise up onto your tiptoes, look forward, and then roll through into your plank. Chaturanga, lower knees if you like, or full press to the floor. Inhale. If you want to this time, you can stay down into cobra, or we can start to lift a little higher, come into your upward facing dog. So the difference is we're taking the thighs off the floor in your up dog, so you don't compress on the spine, so the thighs must be off. The toes are pointing back towards the back of your mat, and your chest is lifted. Cobra, you can stay low with the belly button connected onto the mat, and the hips are grounded. So from here, tuck your toes under, and now lift straight back up into your down dog. Fine, so let's find one more. So picking your variation, you can stick with the knees to the floor and low cobra, or come with me into up dog. Look forward, roll through into your plank. Perfect. Chaturanga, lower down. Hover if you're coming into up dog. So don't connect with the mat, you stay hovering off the floor. Up dog or cobra. And then lift up into your down facing dog. Pad the heels. So your heels may not touch the floor, that's fine. Just keep a lift of your tailbone and push back into those hips. So you can imagine the weight is equal between the hands and the feet, and the tailbone is pointing up and is high to the sky. Let's find a breath in, and when you breathe in with your next breath, I want you to take your right leg up, point the toes straight up to the sky. So just finding a little bit of opening in the hips, slight turn up from the hips here, so the hips are pointed out to the side, but your chest is square to your left thigh, which is the foot that's on the floor. Draw the heel into your bottom, and now start to think about opening that right hip a little bit more. So chest stays square, just the hips move. Draw the knee into your nose. Slowly place the foot inside your hand. Drop the left knee down. Keep those toes tucked for me at the back, and then raise your right and your left hand up in front of your face. So you should be able to see your hands. Drop the shoulders away from your ears. So find length through the fingertips. Find space here as you create it from the ears to the shoulders by dropping them down and away. And push that left hip forward. So we're not asking you to hang out in your hips. I'm asking you to be active in your hips. So push this left hip forward. It helps to keep the toes tucked under. If that's uncomfortable for you, you can drop the toes into the mat. So find 2 more breaths with me in this posture. Soften the shoulders. Breathe. Perfect. Lower your hands down onto the floor. Raise the left knee off the mat. You're going to squeeze your inner thighs. If you feel a little bit off balance, open up this right foot slightly. And as you inhale, next breath, arms reach, high lunge. So this is your crescent lunge. You're going to draw the left hip forward again. So if you need to create a slight bend in the knee, that's fine. But I want to imagine that you're pushing the heel away, but pushing the hips forward. So if it helps, use your hands, so fingers forward, thumbs back, just to manipulate that lower half of the body. Again, we're going to stay here for a few breaths. You're going to fire up the leg. So try not to lean forward, push back. So you're central in between those knees. Breathe into it. One more breath. And now lower your hands, place your hands either side of your front foot and step back into your plank. Perfect. Now lower down through chaturanga. Options, knees, chest, cobra or up dog. Roll shoulders, be proud, lift head, and then chest comes to the thighs in your down dog. Pad out those heels, roll your shoulders back and lift your tailbone up to the ceiling. Take the left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Breathe into it. Start to turn from the hips, but keep the chest square. And then draw the heel into your bottom. Breathe into it. Point the knee up if you can, and the toes beyond you, behind you. Maybe you can see your feet. Maybe you can if you peek underneath your right armpit. Slowly bring the knee into your chest. See how slow you can bring that foot through. Lower your knee and then inhale, arms reach. Draw your shoulders back. So look to your hands, soften your upper body. Again, because we're not practicing together, okay? We're online. It's sometimes hard to be corrected. So think about correcting yourself, okay? So use your hands to help you, like we did last time. Fingers forward, thumbs back, and then shift the hips forward. So use your own hands to manipulate the body into the correct position. Gaze up to your hands. Breathe in, find one more breath. And now control breath out. Pick the knee off the floor. Again, you may find that your body shifts. So just correct it. Come into that front leg. Open the knees out if you need to. Find space, find balance. And then breathe for me. So ensure that front toe is beyond the knee and the knee is not leading the toe. Just check it's behind. Breathe into it. Actively pushing through that back foot. And now as you exhale, lower hands down. Step back into your plank. Chaturanga, lower chest to the mat. Hover. If you do an up dog, lift the chest into up dog or cobra. And now take the hips up into your downward facing dog. So feet are hip width apart, gaze is back, neck is long, shoulders are soft. Breath in, inhale, right leg lifts. Open up the hip, heel to bottom. Turn the hips but not turn the chest. Step through into your low lunge. Lower the left knee down. Inhale, breath in, hands reach, gaze is up. Shift that left hip forward. Find that breath. With your next breath, inhale. As you exhale, pick the knee off the floor, high lunge. This time, let's open your chest. So take your hands behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. If you can, bring your hands and your palms so they touch. So squeeze palms, shoulders together at the back, and then just gaze up, maybe higher than your gaze was previously. So you start to open the chest. It's a very slight back bend. We don't need to go back too far. Perfect. And now release. Bring your hands to your heart center. I want you to drop your left heel. So we're going to come into warrior two. So check your alignment. Your heel should be in line with the arch of the back foot. Your front knee is bent and is in line with your front toe. Now, as you've got your legs right, open your arms up to the side. So we are warrior two on the right side. So we are gazing forward towards the hand. We're bending into your front knee. So the most important part is your center. So what I want you to do, if you find that your belly is forward and your back is pushing out, you need to tuck it under. So we're active here through that core. Most important part of your body. Breathe into it. Then one more breath. Reverse your warrior. So right hand reaches forward, the palm turns over, and then take it over your head. Gaze up to the hand. Any neck problems, just keep your gaze down and forward. As you exhale, releasing your hands all the way down toward the top of the mat. Step back into your plank. Chaturanga, lower your chest. Inhale, up dog. And now exhale, hips lift, down dog. pad those heels out. With the next breath, lift your left leg up to the sky. Open the hip. Keep the chest square. Knee to nose. Push through the upper back. Step through low lunge. So a little bit quicker for the first two postures. And then we're going to hold that warrior two so you engage those hips correctly. Drop the shoulders, look forward. Breathe into it. Next breath. So inhale, prepare. Now we're going to lift that back knee. As you exhale, push the back knee away. Think about the hips going forward and the hands are opening up and they're dropping. Take your hands behind your back. Palms squeeze together and then squeeze the shoulders, the hands, open the front body and gaze up. Excellent. Feel that breath, feel the fire in the thighs. Good. And then bring your hands back to your heart center. So push the thumb deeply in towards the chest. Shoulders drop, elbows wide. Drop the right heel down. Turn your body now towards the right side. Open the arms out and your left hand is forward and your left knee is bent. Actively push through the baby toe on the back foot so that right foot is pushing down into the mat. Gaze forward to the left hand. Again, being aware of your center, so tucking your tailbone under and feeling strong in your core. Perfect. So I'm just going to turn it round so you can still see me and your arms are pushing straight out. So we're not doing anything funny with the arms. They're just going straight out. Strong arms. Reverse the warrior now. So the left hand's going to turn over. Reach it forward and then reach it over your head. You can gaze up, you can gaze down. Again, try not to chuck out the chest and the bum. So you're not looking to be a flamenco dancer. We're looking for switching on through the center. As you exhale, lower the hands. Square the hips, step back into your plank. Chaturanga, lower your chest. Inhale, lift the chest, drop the thighs, roll the shoulders back. As you exhale, come back to your down dog. Shake the head, pad the heels. Just lower down, just for a second into your child's pose. This time I want you to take your hands back towards your feet, palms face up and the shoulders roll over the thighs. Excellent. We're not going to stay there for long. We're going to push through 2 more rounds. Okay, we're going to go a little bit quicker. We're not going to hold the postures this time. We're going to work through them. So we're looking for a breath in each posture. In, out, and then we're going to move on. Okay? So when you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your hips, come into your down dog. As you take a breath in, raise your right leg up to the sky, open up the hip, bring your heel into the bottom and twist you from the thorax down towards the toes. Step it through, come straight into your low lunge. Back knee is grounded. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, pick the back knee off the floor, push the heel away. As you inhale, arms reach back behind, squeeze shoulders, chest opens. And as you exhale, drop the heel, hands to your chest. Prepare for warrior two. Open up the arms, gaze forward, come a little deeper this time. Make sure that tailbone is tucked under. Inhale, right arm reaches forward, and then reverse your warrior. Gaze up to your hand. As you exhale, lower the chest, the hands to the floor, step straight back into your plank. Breath in, lower down. And then come in straight to your up dog or cobra. And now exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Heel to bottom, open it up. Step straight through into your low lunge. Drive the chest open, lift the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, push that knee away. Inhale, arms reach back, push down, power through those thighs. Come deeper. If you're able, maybe you want to back bend a touch more. We're moving fast, so we're not going to go too deep. Hands to the chest. As you exhale, drop the heel down. Prepare for warrior two. Inhale, breath in, come deeper, push through that back foot. And then reverse your warrior. So breath in. Reverse it back, gazing up. And then exhale, lower the hands to the floor. Step back into your plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. So I said 2 rounds, that meant 1 right and left, and then the second round right and left. Right leg lifts. Open up the hip. Step it through straight into high lunge this time. So we're not dropping the knee down. Straight up into that high lunge. Breathe, drop the shoulders back. Inhale, reach your hands back, push down. Open chest, come deeper. If you want more, hover the front heel off the floor. As you exhale, prepare for warrior two. Hands to chest, drop the back left heel, arms reach out. Inhale, stay here for a breath. As you exhale, reach forward and reverse the warrior. Gaze up to your hand. Lower the hands to the floor. Step back into your plank. Chaturanga. Continue that breath. Inhale. And now exhale. Hips lift. This is your last round, so make the most of it. Feel every posture. Inhale, left leg lifts. Heel to bottom. Step into high lunge straight away. Squeeze those inner thighs. Breath in, hands reach behind. Open your chest. Push through your right hip. Squeeze the back body. And then release. Prepare for warrior two. Inhale, stay down, stay low. Tip the hips forward against your left hand. Reach through that left hand. And then reach back into your reverse warrior. Releasing the hands. Step back into your plank. And now chaturanga. Inhale. And now exhale out. Pad out your heels. Shake your head, open your shoulders. Lower your knees. Come into child's pose. 3 breaths here. Roll the shoulders down. Open forearms to mat. Breathe into it. Perfect. So we're going to start to wind things down a little bit now, okay? So stay in your child's pose just for a little bit longer. Find your final breath. Excellent. Slowly make your way back up onto your hands, onto your knees. So we're going to come onto your bottoms. So we're going to tuck the toes, come into down dog. You're going to look forward towards the hands. You're going to bend the knees a lot and then jump. Step or shift yourself forward if you don't fancy doing a jump, okay? So you can walk, step or jump. Just a little bit of core activation. So I'm going to come into boat. So nice and easy. Through the hips, we're going to engage these hips, engage the abdominal muscles. The legs are going to hopefully point forward, and the hands are going to reach beside the calf muscles. Thumbs are up, and you're going to roll your shoulders down. Perfect. So find your breath and stay here for me. We're just going to hold the posture today. So we're not going to do anything fancy. We're just going to hold it. We're going to try not to slip away. So we're going to try and squeeze through and lift up. So 2 more breaths. If you want to, you can extend your feet up to the ceiling, but try not to drop the chest. Try and keep it lifted. If you want to, you can hold on. If that's a little bit easier for you, hold on. And now exhale. Cross the legs, open the knees, come up nice and tall on the tailbone. Inhale, arms reach up. As you exhale, release the hands down beside the body. Take the left hand onto the right knee. Right hand goes behind. We're not pushing in or leaning into it. We're going to just push the hands, take a little twist, and then look behind or look straight out to the side. If you want to, the palm can go on the floor, but don't be tempted to lean into it. Sometimes it's nicer to put the fingertips and bend the elbow. And you push the shoulder away. Breathe into it, find this nice twist, just to release. And then bring it back to the center. So we're going to take the opposite hand now. So the right hand onto the left knee. Try not to twist and pull. So we're going to take our time. So we're going to inhale, take the left hand behind. Right hand is down. We're going to push the shoulders and then either gazing out to the side, if that's better for you, or you can twist and gaze back. It's more or less to the corner rather than straight back behind you, okay? So keeping upright and lengthened in the spine, neck is long, breath is slow. Breathe into it. Create space. And then bringing it back to the center. Extend both legs out, bring your bottom to the center of the mat. Inhale, arms reach up. You're going to bend the knees slightly. You're going to lift the tailbone, so just find a bit more space if you need to. And you're going to exhale, forward fold. Okay, so I'm not looking for you to get your nose to your shin or your knees. Just want you to find a bit of length here. So we're looking for the chest to be open, the knees to be bent, and the feet to be flexed. We're active through the stretch. If we just let our bodies go, and we come into this position, nothing really much is being worked or stretched out, okay? So just think about belly and thighs to be connected, breath to be slow to develop the stretch further, and then hook on to whatever's accessible to you. So not overreaching, reaching for somewhere you can hook onto nicely. So then what you can do is work from the correct part of the body, which is the hamstrings, the belly, and the tailbone, to find that deeper stretch. By one more breath, so inhale, lifting slightly for this last time. And as you exhale, see how far you can come without losing your technique and sort of losing your posture. Excellent. Roll up when you're ready. Bend your knees, bottom to center. Switch on your core again. Think about decompressing the spine from the lower part of the tailbone through the lumbar region, through the thorax. And then finally, lowering down the upper spine, the shoulders and the head and the neck. Happy baby, so just pushing the lower back into the floor. Try to hook in onto the outside of the feet and the elbows at the inside of the knees. So try not to pick the body so it comes off the floor. What we're trying to do is stay active through the root chakra, which is lowering it down through the tailbone, bending the elbows, feet are flexed, and you're opening up the hips, the inner thighs, the groins. Head and shoulders should be rested and down. So you can stay in this pose, or maybe you want to rock, find a bit of movement. You can do a little bit of a figure 8, or just sway side to side, or maybe forward and back slightly, whichever is accessible to you. If that's not what you want to do, just stay still. Perfect. Hook onto the right foot, drop the left foot down. Push the heel and the hip down. Hips should be square here. Switching legs, just nice and quickly, just to finish off. Hip and heels down. Release that left foot. Take the soles of the feet together. Take the knees out nice and wide. Take the elbows so they bend and the palms face up above your head. And roll the shoulders back into the mat, wiggle the toes. Maybe have a little gentle movements from the hips, from the knees, from the head. Try and lengthen your spine, your head and neck. So you may want to pick the head up, reposition it. And then just close your eyes. So closing the eyes, relaxing your breath, softening all the muscles. Think about working from the head all the way down to the toes, okay? So we're going to start off working from the forehead, the temples, the cheeks, the chin, just relaxing them, okay? So just trying to find sort of lightness in the face. Think about what you're doing with your lips. So just open up the lips slightly, part the teeth, gently push the tongue into the roof of your mouth. So we're not holding on, we're not biting, we're not clenching, we're trying to avoid any tension now for the next few minutes. So just try and let the face, the head, the neck, just be relaxed. So we're doing the same thing now from through the neck, the muscles in the neck, all the way down into the shoulders. So try and let go here. So although the arms are raised above the head, what we're trying to do is find space here. Okay, so we're looking for space. We're not looking to make a stiff triangle. We're trying to find an open half circle, if that makes any sense. So continue now with your breath. Hopefully your breath should have slowed down a little bit by now. The breath maybe was quite rapid when we were flowing, started to come down to the floor, should have started to slow down. When we're stretching, sometimes we hold our breath. So try to be acknowledging your breath when you're stretching. Try not to hold it. By now, we should have slowed it down even further. So see if you can explore the breath now again, like you did at the start. By the belly and the chest rising. So hopefully we're more relaxed now from the head to the shoulders. Let's think about the breath. So inhale through the nose. Feel your belly and your chest expand and it rises. And as you exhale, let go, let the belly and the chest float back down. So again, inhale, breath in, breathe in through your nose. Feel the rise, the opening, and as you exhale, release, let the body deflate and relax. 2 more rounds. Inhale, breath in. Exhale out. Last time. Inhale. And exhale out. Perfect. So we're going to start to move. We're going to bring everything to a close. You're going to start to move your fingers. You're going to start to move your toes. If you're happy and you're ready to, just move your head from side to side. Perfect. Well done. Bringing your knees together. Then bring your knees into your chest. Hook your hands around your shins. Head is still on the floor for a second. And then roll onto your right side whenever you are ready to. So from your fetal pose, you're going to push the hands into the mat. You're going to come up to a seated position. Your legs can be crossed, your knees can be bent or extended through the legs in a straight leg posture. If your eyes aren't open already, I'd ask you just to open up your eyes. So sit up nice and tall, bring your hands to your heart center. Breathe into it. Find one big breath in. And exhale. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. Thank you all. Take care. See you next week.